Umunem Ndewon. The issue of our brothers, Nnamdi Kanu and Peter Obi, are a very sensitive one and a very emotional one for some of us. And that is because it now seems as though some of us are supporting Peter Obi, while some of us are supporting Nnamdi Kanu. And that these two factions of Igbo political or social sphere or understanding are rivals. We are one. In as much as some of us are saying that we want out of Nigeria, some are saying that Nahacho want Nigeria. But no matter how you see it, the honest truth remains that Peter Obi and Nnamdi Kanu are two sides of the same Igbo coin. And when I say Igbo coin, what do I mean? It's obvious that Ndi Igbo are marginalized, sectionalized, suppressed in Nigeria in one form or the other. We can't say that enough, even if people deny it. But we see it playing out every year, and we see it playing out even in the just concluded general elections. There's political suppression, there's marginalization, there's bullying, there's outright killing, there's outright burning of shops, there's outright destruction of properties. No matter how we see it, the Igbo problem is a universal problem for all Ndi. And Nnamdi Kanu chose to tackle the problem, the Igbo problem, through agitation for Biafra or a separate Igbo nation for the Ndi. Peter Obi chose to tackle the problem, but this time around, not just for Ndi, but for Nigeria at large. But it simply means that he came through the political angle, through the Nigerian sphere, and wants to correct the issue from the side of the Nigerian, I would say, politics and government. But the problem he is trying to solve through elections, through the court process, is the same problem Nnamdi Kanu is trying to solve through an agitation for Biafra. What is that problem? Ndi Igbo are marginalized. Ndi Igbo don't get enough of what they should get in Nigeria. Ndi Igbo don't see themselves as being at a place where they're supposed to be, because the Igbo man believes that at this point in time, we're not supposed to be backward in terms of infrastructure, social development, health care, and a whole lot of other social indices in modern society. But Nigeria hinders our growth because we're in Nigeria. So Nnamdi Kanu says, if Nigerians refuse to talk about the need for us to move forward as a people, let Ndi Igbo move apart and further their race. What he wants is the betterment of his people. Peter Obi wants the betterment of his people and also others in Nigeria. But in that others, you can also say Ndi Igbo are part of it. Others too are part of what Peter Obi is trying to see. But Ndi Igbo, future. So when you come to the Igbo coin, like I say, Igbo coin, Nnamdi Kanu faces right, Peter Obi faces left, or Peter Obi faces right, Nnamdi Kanu faces left. Whichever way, they are both parts, they are on the same journey. A story I'm developing says that two eagles are on their way to go and save Anuma, who are held hostage by lions. On their way to save the animals who are held hostage by lions, a strong whirlwind started blowing. One eagle was blown on top of an orchid tree, while the other one was blown into a farm. The one that was blown on top of an orchid tree still had strength after the whirlwind. But from the top of the mount or orchid tree, he saw the other eagle, his brother, who one of his wings were broken, and he was held. His legs were tied by the leaves or the tendrils of cocoyam, or of yam, not cocoyam, of yam, of G. And instead of him to come down and help his brother to untie the tendrils of the yam, and they will keep flying to where they were going to save their people, he saw his brother in pain and continues to fly. On getting to where the lions held Anuma, he got there and he was also bullied by the lions. And because he's one man, he's there and he does not have the aggression of the one who is injured and in the farm. He is there trying to plead and trying to pamper the lions. But his brother remained injured and detained by young tendrils. And this is the story of Peter Obi and Nnamdi Kanu, two brothers who are on the same journey of liberation of their people, of a people of a particular region, because Nnamdi Kanu fights for Ndi Igbo. If Ndi Igbo is liberated, every other side of Nigeria will be liberated. It will spur a revolution in Africa. So he's fighting for the Igbo people and also how it will affect Africa in general. Peter Obi is doing the same thing, fighting for Nigerians. And if Nigeria is free and liberated economically and otherwise, Africa will be free. So these two men are on the same journey. And funny enough, they are both Igbo men. So that is the coin. But one man goes ahead, after seeing his brother in detention, he says nothing. He goes around to meet with terrorists and leaders and all, trying to campaign, trying to get their support for his presidential bid, and says nothing about his brother in detention. I'm not saying he is in support, but at least to lend a voice. But I understand that in Nigerian politics, for an Igbo man to lend support to his brother in detention is for him to kill his political career. So, of course, the eagle flew from the orchid tree and continued his journey. Today, the eagle is trying to get justice in the court, in front of the lions. Will they give him justice? The future will tell. But Nnamdi Kanu, the injured eagle, is there in the farm. So these are two Igbo men, two sides of a coin. And it's a pity, or if you na iyafu Ndi Igbo ha akwụrụ ndị asị na ha nọ ni Peter Obi, ndị asị na ha nọ ni Nnamdi Kanu, onye asị na Peter Obi na Peter Obi mere nke a, ndị asị na Nnamdi Kanu mere nke a. Anya na anụ ọgụ n'ime onwe anyị. We are fighting amongst ourselves when we have two prominent brothers who should march together and fight for our people and demand justice, equity, and the forward movement of our people. But we've divided ourselves along political and social interests. And you think you move forward. You think others are not seeing that all can you do. You think they're not seeing us. This video I'm doing it in English so that those who don't hear English will hear, don't hear Igbo will understand me, so that I don't have to do another version in Igbo language. You know what? Nnamdi Kanu na Peter Obi Igbo munna. Iye Nnamdi Kanu na-eme dị mma, iye Peter Obi na-eme dị mma. Ma pụta sị na Nnamdi Kanu bụ onye ọjọọ, ma sị na Peter Obi dị ọjọọ. Ife ha na-abụ na-eme bụ ife ya abalị Igbo. What will be good for our people? And so there are two sides of one coin. A coin rolling in the interest of Ndi Igbo, the future of Ndi Igbo. If that coin automatically helps others in Nigeria through Peter Obi's side, fine. If that coin automatically helps others through Nnamdi Kanu's side of the coin, that's fine. But this is a call for us. You stand on the side of your brothers. Yes, your brother might err and make a mistake here and there. You correct him in love. Not coming out to say that Peter Obi is the enemy of Ndi Igbo, or coming out to say that Nnamdi Kanu is the enemy of Ndi Igbo. And now we have two factions. When we have been blessed, when we have been blessed to have two prominent men, one on the political angle, pushing things, gain popularity that has gone around the world, one on the activism, activism angle, freedom fighting side, that has gained international acclaim. Two Igbo songs on the international front, fighting for justice for Africa. And you think you should be divided? You shouldn't be divided. So Igbo can you let he who has ears should hear. We are Nnamdi Kanu and Peter Obi are on the same journey. Today, you might not agree with the way Nnamdi Kanu is going, or you might not agree with the way Peter Obi is going, but the root cause of their agitation and campaign is for the betterment of this region of Africa. And of course, if you campaign for the betterment of the region of Africa where you are, you must at some point think about your people indeed. So yes, it is for our people. Others can claim it or they can choose not to claim it, but I'm talking about for our people indeed. Peter Obi and Nnamdi Kanu are two sides of the coin. So let us stop all the whole differences you see on social media and this point or that point. Yes, They are always Nejima in nature. Well, I feel that at this time in our history, nature and Okike presented us with Ejima twins. And in every twin, on a purpose, one is cold, one is hot. That does not mean that it is not the same blood running through them. It is the same Igbo blood. Nnamdi Kanu will be fierce. Peter Obi will be calm. But in his calmness, he's also very determined. In his fierceness, Nnamdi Kanu is also very determined. Two sides of a coin to save Ndi Igbo. And whoever is interested in moving forward around us and in Africa. So, Umunem, let us support two of them in any capacity we feel like. This video is not about saying those of us campaigning for Biafra we are right or we are wrong, or that those campaigning for one Nigeria were right or wrong. I'm removing the political angle from this and focusing on the spiritual angle. The spiritual angle for our people, the future that the gods of our lands have seen and sent these two men. You must take what is good in Nnamdi Kanu's message. Take what is good in Peter Obi's message. Merge it together for the betterment of Ndi Igbo. Politically, socially, culturally, economically, and otherwise. So, Umunnem, this is where I'll come to the end of this particular episode. Wherever you find this video, please do comment. Please do drop your opinions. Please don't insult anybody in the comment section. I will not be replying, but please don't insult those who will comment. Let us all discuss in love. If I be Igbo, people go on social media. Let us be mature in our interactions with ourselves. So wherever you find this video, please do comment, share your opinions, and let us I remember my humble self, true candidate. So till I come your way again,